Hi, and welcome to Messing About with Models with me, John. One of the biggest questions at this time of year is what present shall I get for someone who's into trains? Well, in this video, I'm going to give you my top 10 gift ideas to help someone who's starting out messing about with models. There's also some handy links in the description below, and make sure you watch to the end for a surprise bonus suggestion too. So let's dive straight in with the first choice. If you're buying something for a young person, say someone under the age of 5, then a really great start is the relatively new Hornby play train set. It's made of plastic, the track is very easy to put together, even for younger hands, and best of all, it's radio controlled with sounds. Included in the set is a special track mat so that it can be laid straight onto the floor on Christmas Day, along with some simple cardboard buildings and even a tunnel. The other great thing is that the track is the standard 00/HO gauge 16.5mm, so the trains can also run on a bigger layout, either as they grow up and add to their collection, or as a bit of fun on Dad's layout. I did a video on these when they first came out, so check out the link above. The set is a great starting point and is the equivalent of the clockwork sets that used to be around until the 1970s and 80s. There are loads of add-ons as well, so if they get this as a main present, there's loads of extras that can be put into the stocking as well. If you're looking at someone who's a bit older, there's a range of options to get you started with an electric train set. For many, the idea of having a train running around the bottom of the Christmas tree is very appealing. You could go for an American-style battery-operated set, but I would recommend going with the Hornby Santa Express set. It has a basic oval of track, a controller and transformer, along with a basic 040 tank engine in a red livery. Included are a couple of wagons for holding Santa's presents. Why this one over the others? Well, the main thing for me is that it can be easily upgraded should you wish to try your hand at a proper layout later. It uses standard Hornby components. The loco has been issued in several other liveries, so there's no reason why you couldn't repaint it yourself if you choose. It's actually based on a real GWR steam engine from 1900. The wagons can also be repainted to match other products. If you want to keep them for Christmas, any loco you buy from the major manufacturers in 00 scale will run on the track in the set. Either way, this set will open up the world of railway modelling to you, whilst being a fantastic addition to your Christmas decorations. There's no better feeling for a child than opening his or her present on Christmas morning and finding a full electric train set under the wrapping paper. There are plenty of options, of course, and all sorts of price points. There will usually be an entry-level setup similar to the Santa's Express, basic small steam engine with a coach and a wagon, often in a fictitious livery. And this year, Hornby have the Valley Drifter set. They often also do a similar set for various supermarkets and catalogues, which end up being sold for around about the same amount, £60, £70, that sort of price. Keep your eye out for these, as often they can be good value for money. Last year, I bought the Night Mail set from Aldi, which included an operating mail coach, as well as a siding for the same price as the regular Hornby starter set. The kids loved the play value of the mail coach, and it's actually formed the basis of a more advanced train set we're building together. Check out my video on that on the link that's just up there on the screen now. If, however, you're looking for a set that's more contemporary, then there are a couple of options available. One I'd highly recommend is the Hornby GWR high-speed train set. While the original HSTs were composed of 7, 8 or even 9 coaches, and therefore were too long for most people's layouts, with the possible exception of Pete Waterman, a few years ago GWR converted some of these to run as smaller sets on secondary services after their long lifetime of frontline duty. As a result, a typical train with 2 power cars and a handful of coaches looks very realistic, and this Hornby set allows you to recreate these trains fairly accurately. The set, for some reason, includes a siding, despite it not being long enough to hold the whole train. If this is a main present, then other relatives could chip in with an extra coach or two, or better still, some more track. Which brings me on to the sort of present for someone who perhaps already has a train set. Or maybe they're getting one as a main present and auntie or uncle may want to give something that complements it. Hornby produce a range of track extension packs, which when added to the basic oval in the original train set can increase the play value enormously. If the set comes with just the basic oval, like the Santa's Express, then Track Pack A will give you that first siding, along with a buffer stop. The GWR set I've just mentioned already has that, so start off with Track Pack B, which will give you a nice long extra siding. It's actually the start of another oval of track, including the original one. Track Pack C finishes off that inside oval, and that allows you to have two trains running at once. If a track extension isn't suitable, then how about some buildings? Hornby do a selection of building expansion packs, which include line-side accessories as well. These buildings are the older type, made from plastic, but that makes them lightweight and ideal for younger modelers. You might have to explain to them what a telegraph pole is though. Buying a present for the more experienced modeler, however, can be a bit tricky. It's no good getting something designed for a modern image layout for someone whose layout is set in the 1930s. Regular viewers of the channel will know I like weathering my stock, and it's something that anyone can have a go at, regardless of your skill level. So why not get a set of weathering materials, such as the Life Colour Rail Weathering Set. This has 6 bottles of acrylic paint in colours such as brake dust, frame dirt, and my favourite, weathered black. Combine it with some brushes from the Hornby range. The stipple ones are good for dragging paint and powders down the bodies of rolling stock. Check out my videos on weathering up here. Another great gift idea is the Gagemaster Scenic Starter Pack. Don't be fooled by the name though, these aren't basic products but items from the main Gagemaster range. You get a selection of bushes, some trees, a variety of grass scatter materials and a puffer bottle to use for static grass. I used my Scenic Starter Pack on both my Up Ottery and Loch Doon layouts and found them excellent value for money. Check out this video I made on using the puffer bottle instead of the much more expensive static grass applicator. And have a look at my videos on my first 2 layouts to see how the scenic materials worked out. There are plenty of books about railway modelling, and one of the most useful ones that I've come across has just had a sequel published, so it needs to go on the Christmas list too. Brian Lambert is well known among railway modellers as an expert, and his website www.brian-lambert.co.uk is an excellent resource. Some years ago he wrote a book called The Newcomer's Guide to Model Railways, and now a sequel's come out, Model Railways Explained, Beyond the Beginning. This one helps take the reader through their modelling one step further and covers all the latest developments. You don't need to have read the first book, though I'd recommend that one as well, and everything is covered in Brian's easy style. It's a great addition to the bookshelf. And finally, a gift that will appeal to all ages, featuring the world's most famous locomotive. No, not that blue tank engine, but the Flying Scotsman. Hornby have produced a train set featuring the well-known loco, 3 coaches in an excellent rendition of the LNER teak effect livery, and the usual oval of track with a siding. If you visited the National Railway Museum at York or seen the Flying Scotsman on its travels on the rail network, then this is the set for you. Like all Hornby sets, it can be extended and added to, and every purchase of this contributes towards funding the National Railway Museum. So there you have it, 10 great gift ideas for the train enthusiast to either start their modelling journey or help them along their way. And for those of you who stayed until the end, here's that bonus idea. Hornby have just announced a massive range of items to a new scale, TT120. This scale is smaller than the traditional 00, but it's bigger than N gauge. If you're just starting out, I'd suggest giving them a try. There are some fantastic models in the range, and their size makes it easier to accommodate a layout in the modern home. Whereas the traditional 00 layout is a 6 foot by 4 foot thing, the train sets that Hornby are producing in TT120 can be accommodated in an area as small as 4 foot by 2 foot 9. If you've enjoyed this video, please hit subscribe to be alerted when the new ones are published. Or check out the other video on screen now that YouTube thinks you will like. See you in the next one. Bye!